Today's sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Complete. Jefferson to target. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He was so vital in their wild card win a week ago. 8 catches in that game. This is his first one in this affair.
First down, Bears.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Completion to his tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 36. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
2nd and 9 now. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Jackson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and very short, Jackson able to hit his target leg. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Another Saints 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On the ground, it's Akers. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. He'll throw complete to Cam Akers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. CeeDee Lamb there to make the grab. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You have a lot to handle in this one.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 61 yards.
First down.
Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Losing yardage to the 11. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Yard on the play. And it's third down.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on third down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
1 yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 41 yards.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Marlon Davidson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson, and he slings one that's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
1 yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Takk McKinley. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Being chased out left. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. This is caught by Jackson. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. They run with Jackson out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This one brought in by Jefferson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On first down, it's Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick slant to Brown. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
For the extra point.
And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
4-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now Jackson on first down. Left side to lane. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Operating from the gun. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On second down, Akers. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete.
I'm going to show you, man.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will extend their lead. Well, they talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Flush to his right. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch play-action run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one.
At the 42-yard line.
4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Buying time to his left. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Marquise Brown, incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll throw now on the final play. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it, and the running game is starting to pay off.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Flushed out right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Now it's Jackson. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big pickup of 38.
At the 1-yard line.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a toss running left, Akers. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. CeeDee Lamb. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. CeeDee Lamb saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And it's up and good.
Makes the score Bears 24, Saints 21.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Bears 1st down.
Now Jackson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
The 44-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've gotten right back in this ballgame after a very sluggish first half. Back when you played, after a bad half in the locker room, is it usually the coaches or sometimes the players who are the most vocal?
It's usually the coaches, but I do remember one time in particular where the coaches started to talk about what they wanted us to do in the second half, and a couple of leaders stepped forward and said, "Coach, we got this," and pretty much ushered them out, and they delivered the halftime message. It worked, too. We played much better in the second half and came back and won.
Well, whoever said something at halftime, it's working right now. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Operating from the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And for the 3rd time tonight, he's that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They run again with Jackson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Being able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Another carry.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 13. Over the middle here to Brown.
The pass.
Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
3rd down.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He's got the first down. Boy, he was dynamite in the wild card game last week. He hasn't disappointed in this game either. Now it's Jackson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Again, the ball carrier.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll run again with Jackson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
4-yard line.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll run on first down. It's Jackson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
He's tackled.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll get this down to the 10. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
It's Jackson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Brings up 3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
7-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. It's now 4th down.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming from the right hash, and this one just a chip in.
24-yard attempt.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life.
The kick.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Steps away to his left. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here's Jackson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Flush to his right. Stepping up, he'll try and run. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Now Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
4th down. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Tonight.
It's going to be a long one for them because it's going to eat their heart out watching other